As the clock strikes midnight on January 1st, a new era of possibilities opens up for the Vancouver Canucks. With 3 players now eligible for contract extensions, the question on every fan's mind is, who will stay and who will go? We've got the inside scoop on the players that could shape the future of this team. If you don't want to miss out on any Canucks updates, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. As we step into a new year, it's not just a fresh calendar that's upon us. It's also the moment when players on one-year contracts can start discussing extensions with their teams. For the Vancouver Canucks, this means 3 key players are now eligible: Forbort, Branstrom, and Kevin Lankinen. But what does this mean for our beloved team? Let's dive into each player and what their future might hold. Starting with Branstrom, it's important to note that he didn't initially sign with the Canucks this summer. He inked a one-year deal worth $900,000 with the Colorado Avalanche before being traded to Vancouver without stepping onto the ice for Colorado or their AHL affiliate. Branstrom has shown some promise early on, displaying agility and skill, but he has also slipped off Rick Tache's radar a few times. Given his injury history and the competition on the blue line, it's hard to envision him sticking around unless he significantly improves his defensive game. So, Canucks fans, do you think he has what it takes to earn a new contract? Personally, I'm not so sure he'll be back. Then we have Forbort, who signed a one-year contract worth $1.5 million after 3 seasons in Boston. He's faced some tough personal challenges this year, including the loss of his father, and has battled through a foot injury that kept him sidelined for over a month. Since returning in December, he's been a steady presence on the blue line, but let's be honest, nothing particularly spectacular. The organization likely needs more time to evaluate his fit with the team. Does he offer enough to warrant an extension? I'm torn here. While he brings experience, we might need a little more flash to keep up in this competitive league. Now, let's talk about Kevin Lankinen. He's the one player on a one-year deal that I believe the Canucks should prioritize extending. With a contract of $875,000, he stepped up big time, especially during Thatcher Demko's absence. Lankinen has been instrumental in keeping our playoff hopes alive, and in an ideal scenario, he could serve as a reliable backup moving forward. But here's the kicker. With recent contract extensions around the league, his market value may be on the rise, making it more challenging for the Canucks to keep him around. Plus, we still have high hopes for Artur Silovs, who could factor into our future plans. So, Canucks fans, do we risk losing Lankinen for good? I genuinely believe this could be a pivotal moment for our goalie situation. As we look at the potential outcomes for all 3 players, it's entirely possible that we might see them all depart after this season. It's a tough pill to swallow, but that's the reality of the NHL. Each decision made now could shape the future of our franchise. As the Vancouver Canucks continue to navigate the complexities of the NHL landscape, one name that has been buzzing around is Kevin Lankinen. Now, many fans believe his time with the Canucks might just be for the 2024-25 season, but let's dive deeper into why that might not be the case. Lankinen, who signed a one-year deal to fill in for the injured Thatcher Demko, has put together some impressive numbers this season. His performance has been among the best in the league, proving he's more than capable of holding down the fort. It's no surprise that he's set to become a free agent again next summer. And with Demko still on the roster, Lankinen will undoubtedly be looking for a starting position and a salary that reflects his abilities. Honestly, who wouldn't? It would be financially irresponsible for him not to explore those options. But here's where it gets tricky. The landscape for goaltenders in the NHL is not like other positions. There are only 32 starting jobs available, and with the majority already locked up until at least the 2025-26 season, Lankinen faces a steep climb. Teams like the New York Rangers, Florida Panthers, and Tampa Bay Lightning all have their starters secured long-term, meaning the options for Lankinen are narrowing. Take the Colorado Avalanche, for example. They were once considered a potential landing spot for Lankinen, but then they extended Mackenzie Blackwood for 5 years. That's one less team in the mix for a starting goalie. So, who's left? We're looking at teams like the Philadelphia Flyers, who are in a bit of a goaltending mess and might be interested in bringing in a veteran. The Detroit Red Wings have Cam Talbot for now, but they're also eyeing young talent, which could mean a modest offer for Lankinen. Then there are the Edmonton Oilers. They desperately need a quality goalie, And with Stuart Skinner signed for just $2.6 million, they could easily make a play for Lankinen. This seems like a logical fit, but even with that, the competition is fierce. It's important to remember that Lankinen isn't the only goalie hitting the market. He may be the top choice, but he'll be vying for attention against veterans like Jake Allen and Frederik Andersen, not to mention other names from teams that might shake things up as they look for a reliable starter. Now let's circle back to Lankinen's situation with the Canucks. If he looks at the free agent frenzy in 2025 and sees slim pickings for a starting position, staying in Vancouver as Demko's backup might not be a bad option after all. Sure, it might not come with the salary upgrade he deserves, but the familiarity, the city, and the chance to step in if Demko's injury bug strikes again could become increasingly appealing. So what does this mean for the future of the Canucks? Could we see Lankinen stick around longer than expected if the market doesn't play out in his favor? I, for one, am starting to think that might just be possible. The state of goaltending in the NHL might conspire to keep him here, which, if I'm being honest, could be a win-win situation for both Lankinen and the Canucks. And you know what? I'm genuinely torn about this. On one hand, I want to see Lankinen get the starting role he's earned. But on the other, keeping him in Vancouver could provide the depth and security we need. So, what do you think? Was this the right move? For the Canucks? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to share your expectations and frustrations. Let's get this conversation going. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates on the Canucks. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any essential news coming your way. Your insights mean the world, and I can't wait to read them.